ioEther. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is Great Bob in his Super Pershing. And I had to show one Great Bob's replays because he's been sending me so freaking many I can't see anything else. No, I have a bunch of replays that I've just got recently that I want to show all of them. And this is just one of them. Anyways, so before we get started, of course, if you want to support the channel directly, the best way, as always, yay, I kept my settings. Yay, happy dance. Anyways, if you want to support the channel directly, the best way, as always, is to, the game list link is in the description below, and, if you don't want to do that, then the like button is free, and much appreciated. If you want to make me feel good, the like button's the best way, because it's a really fast way to see if you enjoyed the game or not. Otherwise, I assume the 20 or so people that viewed it really hated it and didn't really care one way or the other. Because if you don't hit the like button, how am I supposed to know you enjoyed it, right? Anyways, other than that, I think, oh, of course, so we're gonna have some really amazing things going on because, of course, I can't play a 9.14 replay in 9.14. That would be stupid. Why would a replay work in the patch it was designed to work in? That's just dumb. So, yeah. So apparently our Cromwell is going to be, interesting, this game. I assume based on his name, which is Troll Account, that he's just here to screw with the team because, you know, why would you want to win in a game like this? Ooh, that's unfortunate. That was almost a good shot, except for the part where it didn't. Great Bob didn't let it aim in all the way, so it missed. No, kill him! Don't. Oh, well. We didn't need that SP1C anyway, right? Ooh, look at that. So that tells you how advanced Great Bob's Super Pershing crew is. He's got Eagle Eye on this commander. Wow. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I really wish we could just mute. Okay, so I will make a note of that name, and then next time I'm in a game, I'm gonna mute him because I know what I do. I do not want him talking to me in any of my games ever. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter because he talked to me once, and then I'd mute him, right? All you know how liberal I am with that blacklist. Oh, come on. It's show off. Super Pershing versus Super Pershing, except the enemy Super Pershing is running away. Well, running is probably a stretch, considering. Ooh, look at that. Oh, come on. Oh, not enough lead on that shot. Unfortunately, not able to connect it. But the enemy Super Pershing is still sitting down there in the middle of an open field. Is just getting shredded. Poor guy. Can't do anything about it. He's desperately trying to back away, which is the right move, by the way. Turning around there would have got him killed. So he slowly backed away, but it must have been so painful. And note to Great Bob, next time in this kind of situation, if you're getting upset at like a member of your team or a member of the enemy team, and if you're talking back to him more than a couple times and not enjoying it, just mute him. It's really simple. you just go up here, you right click on the name, and then you mute him. I wonder if I can do that. No, whatever. I'll try it later. we're into the action right now. Seriously, people are going to try and face off with Pershing frontally. I mean, I understand if they have some decent armor, but T-43 really doesn't. He's using that clip rather effectively, though. I'm not a fan of this particular tactic, and I'll tell you why. So, Great Bob is focusing on these guys, and he's pushing forward to do so. However, somewhere along this ridgeline, there's quite possibly an ISU. And this is a beautiful shot for an ISU. He's got all this side of the start shit, and he's got most of the side of these tracks, and he can just put a shot into just about anywhere along here he wants to. And that'll be the majority of Great Bob's remaining health gone. So this particular push, like if you want to do this, it's okay, but you want to make sure that you're doing it in such a way that if something big comes up on this ridgeline, then you have the ability to take cover. So right now there's no cover around at all. So if you want to do this, I understand the limitations of the Super Pershing mean that you really need to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. Otherwise, you're probably going to miss the fight. But in anything even marginally faster than a Super Pershing, you want to go around. As much as that's going to mean... Ooh, sorry. As much as that's going to mean you're going to miss out on a little bit of damage, you'll stay alive longer. If you're in something that's really fast, mind you, and you want to risk it, what you could do is basically hop through here and then stick to these rocks kind of thing, and just bounce between the rocks to get to where you're trying to go, and use the rocks as cover every once in a while, and that way at least you have cover nearby if something goes wrong. Plus, it will mean you're not running straight through the majority of the water that way, which will slow you down, of course. So, we'll see what happens, but this is a really risky move, and for midway through the game, it's incredibly risky. Later in the game, when there's only 3 or 4 tanks left on the map, and you can probably see them all, this is a completely, it's a lot less risky. But with an ISU that was last spot here a couple of minutes ago, it's really easy for him to have made his way up to this ridgeline and be like over here somewhere. Now, if he's over here, he wouldn't be able to see us because of that tree. But that tree's not going to cover us for very much longer. And then if that ISU's sitting up on that ridgeline behind a bush or something, you're not going to see him until after he hits you. Or if he misses, then if he misses, he probably has time to reload and hit you again before you're across this gap. That's a Super Pershing. So be very careful doing this kind of stuff. As we watch Great Bob roll on in, there's an IS over there. IS is taking shots from something. Oh, the T-34-100, I assume. T-71. Oh, look at that. We found the ISU. So Great Bob gets lucky. The ISU is not in any kind of position to do anything. The Super Pershing is circling this T-71 to death, though. T-71 manages to kill our Dickermax, but then gets taken out by our 12T. And see, so that ISU is making his way back up to that ridgeline, but he went the worst way. If he had gone the other way, then we wouldn't have known where he was. A, he wouldn't have got shot on the way up, and B, it would have made this a lot more terrifying. However, now that we know he's up there, oh, he's going for the Cromwell B and base. Okay, well, we can just leave him to the Cromwell chase, because no way he's catching Cromwell, and he's going to be out of our hair for a little while. In the meantime, Great Bob manages to clean up the Comet and the T-43. I keep going to say Super Pershing, because of course that's what he's driving, and I'm not awake yet. I'm sorry for that. I got in at like 3:30 a.m. last night, and I had to be awake just a little bit after that, so yay. Oh, I got about 6 hours sleep. and thus I'm distracted. I'm sorry. Anyway, so this is a bad face-off. So there is an ISU behind us. He's currently tied up with the T-34-3, but if he ever gets untangled up, then we're gonna have a real issue. In the meantime, we have a KV-4 and an IS-3 coming at us, and these two are making a mistake. What they need to be doing is they need to be rushing past Great Bob. They both do a bunch of damage, yeah, but as long as Super Pershing can keep his frontal armor at them, they have a lot less chance of penning him. And especially if he can use them against each other. So I'm going to stop this for a second. So, what was it? 12T down there. Is there anything else? There's a Cromwell B behind them. And, yeah, okay. So, this ridge line feels really safe. And I understand why the heavies are trying to stay on the top of it. But what the KV-4 needed to do is, as soon as he figured out where Great Bob was, right here, he needed to rush down, and he could have hugged down here. It would have given him some measure of protection against Great Bob. Actually, would have given him a really great protection against the Cromwell B now. And the 12T is not going to do a ton of damage to a Tier 8 heavy tank. It's just not. Especially a KV-4. He's going to need a flat surface to pen him. And angled tracks, like, you can angle your tracks pretty steeply down here. Against this guy, the 12T is going to have a really hard time penning that. Plus, the 12T is a one-shot for the KV-4. So that 12T is going to be really anxious to not get shot. And so he's going to be a lot more timid than if he had 400 health, right? Because with 400 health, he can take one shot, so and still be okay. So if the KV-4 had rushed past, sat up here, Great Bob would be dead by now because he's already taking a couple of ricochets. And then the IS-3 could have stayed around here or here and used these wrecks for cover, and then both of them would have had a much better chance of surviving this particular thing. But because they both stayed up here, Great Bob is actually using the IS-3 as cover against the KV-4, and they're both shooting at his frontal armor. So this particular scenario gives Great Bob the best possible chance of surviving this game, which is not what you want for the enemy team. Oddly enough, I know, right? Anyways, so dead IS-3 because he got dumb and he tried to play conservatively, and they need to play aggressively right here, and they didn't. This KV-4 is going to die to a Cromwell and a Super Pershing as they both circle him, more or less. And now the KV-4 gets the idea of run away, but it's way too late now. If he did this move before, he would have had stood significantly more chances. And boom, for the kill. Nice job stealing that particular kill. It was totally yours to begin with, but that Cromwell was determined that he was going to get the kill. Instead, I like how the Cromwell was talking crap all game, but now that the game is on the line, he is stopped chatting and is just concentrating. Yeah. So this guy's going to end up on my blacklist as soon as I can figure out how to do that. I don't like him. Cromwell B is currently killing the ISU, and he should be able to kill him in a... Oh. Well, yeah, that could be the way the game ends, too. Okay. So, the T-34 is trapped up there, and because the ISU had enough health to take a shot from the T-34 knew that he could not engage the ISU, especially head-on like that. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. I'm gonna assume that he couldn't get around the bend and down the back, or even just down to drop down here. That he was stuck in a position where the ISU had him trapped. And so until the Cromwell B came on from behind him and put enough shots into him to drop him to a one-shot, then the T-34-3 couldn't do nothing but sit there. And Great Bob, as much as he tried to make the journey, was never really going to make that journey in time. So it was a phenomenal game, sir. Ace Tanker Bruiser Duos Fire Effect Shell Proof, of course. And then we get over to the real ones. We have steel wall, high caliber, and the top gun. Wow, that is impressive in a Super Pershing. Not so much the steel wall, but the high caliber and the top gun aren't things you see a whole lot in Super Pershings, because most of the time the enemies run away and you have a hard time catching them in this thing. Almost 4,000 damage dealt. More than a lot of the rest of his team. The WoT deserves some props too, though. He pulled off a massive game, and if he hadn't died, then he definitely would have been a contestant with Great Bob for the high caliber. And that is beautiful. Look at that, 1,800 damage blocked. Wow. That was an awesome game. I'm glad you have premium for that. You made a boatload of credits. You would have made even more if you haven't fired so much gold, but oh well. Sometimes it is needed, especially against, like, say, the front of a KV4 or an IS3 combo. But oh well. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel directly, then the Game West account is linked in the description below. And if you just want to make me feel like you'd, let me know that you enjoyed this video, then the like button is really the best way to do that. And I assume that most of you who watch this actually enjoy it and then just don't bother hitting the like button, which makes me really sad. Anyways, so I will see you all next time. This is ioEther out.